So let's talk about the full moon in Capricorn, a time to ground your vision in reality and take aligned action toward lasting success. Hello, beautiful people. Life can be a challenge, but at least we have each other. Yes, the full moon in Capricorn energy begins on July 10th or 11th, depending on where you live. So in the first part of this video, I'm gonna go over the 3 things everyone should know about this full moon. Then I will go over how it will affect your sun and rising sign, and I will go over both of those separately, along with one main action that you can take to make sure that you are making the most of this full moon energy. Okay, no more wasting time. Let's go. The full moon in Capricorn takes place on Thursday, July 10th at 8:37 p.m. Universal Time, which will be 1:37 p.m. Pacific Time, 4:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and for those of you that live in the Southern Hemisphere, this will be 6:37 a.m. on Friday, July 11th in Sydney, Australia, and 10:37 p.m. on Thursday, July 10th in Johannesburg, South Africa. So let's jump right into the 3 things you need to know in order to make the most of this energetic opening. Number 1, this full moon will bring the powerful energy of the number 1, the master number 11, and the magical tarot energy of the Devil card. So for those of you that live where the full moon takes place on the 10th, or if you have been seeing the number 1 frequently, then this full moon is a time where you can harness the power of the number 1, which in numerology means initiation, leadership, and the embodiment of individuality. Now, the number 1 represents the spark that starts it all, the moment that you stop waiting for permission and you start claiming your path. When paired with the energy of the full moon in Capricorn, this becomes a sacred invitation for you to step into self-leadership with structure and intention. The number 1 is bringing you the message that it is time to declare what you're ready to build and that your next chapter is going to start the moment you decide to lead it. So if you've been seeing the number 1, it's letting you know it's go time. Now, for those of you that live where the full moon takes place on the 11th, or if you've been seeing the master number 11 frequently, then this full moon is a time where you can harness the power of the master number 11, which in numerology means spiritual awakening and means heightened intuition and alignment with your soul's higher calling. Now, the number 11 is often called the portal, representing a direct connection between the physical and the divine. It's a moment where insight can break through illusion. With the full moon in Capricorn acting as your energetic anchor, this number 11 is bringing you the message to listen more deeply to your inner guidance. Trust your instincts and know they will lead you in the right direction. Now, the Devil card, which may be slightly terrifying, but it's not in this scenario. It's actually a good thing because it represents the illusions that bind you. It represents fear, attachment, ego, and the unconscious patterns that keep you operating from survival instead of inner authority. This card is bringing focus to where you've given your power away and where you're playing small out of comfort, or where you've confused control for safety. It's bringing you the message that true freedom begins with awareness. The chains that you think are holding you are illusions. It's time to honestly look at what you're clinging to, whether it's a belief system or a habit or a relationship, and then reclaim your confidence and your independence. So confront what's keeping you small, because on the other side of that confrontation is the transformation and new beginning that your soul is calling out for. Number 2, this full moon will be forming a positive aspect with Mars and Virgo, an intensifying aspect with Jupiter in Cancer, a challenging aspect with Saturn in Aries, and a challenging aspect with Neptune retrograde in Aries. Now, the moon's relationship with Mars, the action planet of ambition, desire, and passion, is not only bringing you the physical energy and motivation to move forward, but it is also establishing an overall energy that supports you taking on a leadership role in your own life. So don't worry about coming off as too bossy or too confident. This is your time to make some major moves in your life, and the only way that you're going to do this is with full commitment, which means not being distracted by the what ifs. What if I make this person angry? Or what if they don't like me? Or what if I'm being too much? Let all of that go and connect to your excitement and step in the direction of your goals. This is where you're going to find your flow. Now, the moon's relationship with Jupiter, the planet of good luck, expansion, growth, and prosperity, this can lead to overdoing things. And this applies more to those of you that have addictive personalities. If you know that you are the type of person that does not know when to pump the brakes, well, then this message is for you, because now more than ever, it is a time to practice discipline. Or all of the positive energy that this full moon is bringing can turn into a very challenging lesson. So the way to make sure that you are using this Jupiter full moon connection to your advantage while avoiding the negative influence that it might have is to not get so confident that you forget discernment. Basically, keep a sense of discipline and personal boundaries while also being confident and optimistic. If you do that, you'll be good to go. Now, the moon's relationship with Saturn, the planet of responsibility and life lessons, this is going to tempt you to get wrapped up in negative experiences and feelings from the past. So the best way to navigate this connection is don't. Don't follow your thoughts to the past. Don't get wrapped up in playing old experiences over and over in your head. Instead, if those thoughts and feelings come up, be grateful for those experiences, remind yourself what you learned from those experiences, and bring yourself back to the present moment where you can apply the knowledge that you have learned from those experiences. This full moon will be a great opportunity for you to close the door on that chapter of your life where you felt like things were heavy and difficult and not necessarily where you wanted to be, and then open the door to a chapter of you being connected and in the flow. But there will be some energetic tests and challenges, so I want you to prepare so that way you move through these obstacles with grace and with confidence and even excitement, emerging on the other side, manifesting the vision that you have for yourself into reality. And the moon's relationship with Neptune, the planet of intuition, spirituality, dreams, and delusions that will be retrograde, this will be yet another obstacle to overcome because this moon-Neptune aspect can lead to emotional reactivity in relationships and having a hard time discerning between what's real and what isn't. So the best way to navigate this connection is communication for clarity. If you get a feeling, don't immediately start mentally trying to decode what's going on. Ask direct questions to whoever necessary to get clarity. This way you can respond to what's actually happening as opposed to what seems like is happening. So if someone says something or does something that triggers a thought process, or you thinking, okay, why are they acting that way? And then you start to think, well, it seems like, or it's probably because, don't even go down that path. Instead, say to them, what exactly did you mean by what you just said? Because I'm not quite sure how to take it. Or you could say, it seems like your energy shifted. Is everything cool? Simply asking direct questions can help you get direct answers, and then you'll be making decisions based in fact, not fantasy. And if you do that, you'll spend less time distracted by speculation and more time rooted in truth, because truth is where your power is. Truth is where the magic takes place. Number 3, this full moon in Capricorn is a buck moon, representing a time where your long-term vision will meet a moment of truth. Your goals that aren't rooted in something real will feel heavy and hollow or hard to hold on to. And this doesn't mean that you're failing, it means that your spirit is done pretending. The Cancer Sun works with this full moon in Capricorn, reminding you that true success is about alignment, not just accomplishment. Ask yourself, where are you showing up out of pressure instead of purpose? Where are you grinding but not growing? This full moon is rerouting you toward meaning. Forget about doing more and focus on doing what matters. This full moon is here to help you figure out what that really is. Now let's find out what this full moon means based on your rising sign and your sun sign and the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy. Okay, my powerful Aries Rising, this full moon in Capricorn is lighting up your 10th house, and it is not pulling any punches. This is a buck moon, so this is a time of cosmic maturing. You are being urged to look at the life that you're building and get as honest as possible with yourself about whether it's in alignment with your higher standards. And not the ones that the world has convinced you are yours, but the ones that your soul wrote down before you even arrived here. This is about moving from reaction to responsibility, from chasing titles or applause to really grounding yourself in the impact that you are making in your life and in the life of others. This is your time to step into a new relationship with the authority that you carry within. You're not just doing the work, you are the work. And by that I mean the actions that you take are what you are becoming. The patterns that you break, the boundaries that you hold, the love that you give, the truth that you speak. This is the work. And when you embody it fully, you don't have to say, I'm doing the work, because your presence is going to show it. So this full moon is holding a mirror up to you, Aries Rising, so that way you can see the difference between effort and alignment. So here's the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy. Audit your ambitions. This means take 15 minutes to write down the goals that you are still chasing and ask yourself, did this dream come from my truth or someone else's template? The Capricorn influence of this energy is rewarding clarity. And if it's not rooted in your values, you don't need to carry it forward. So focus on building a version of success that feels just as good inside as it looks on the outside. Now, if your sun sign is Aries, this full moon in Capricorn squares your Aries sun. So it's going to feel like a call out and a challenge. And honestly, that's exactly what you need, Aries. You are here to be a trailblazer, but Capricorn asks you to slow down to make sure that you are building something that is going to last. There's nothing wrong with wanting to go fast. Just also make sure that you are going deliberately. This is your time to bring form to your fire, and it's a time to hold yourself to a higher standard. The world is watching how you show up for your responsibilities and your goals, and most importantly, your integrity. And consistency is going to be key here. Whatever challenges or rewards show up for you during this full moon energy, know that this is the universe showing you where your habits either support your greatness or they are sabotaging it. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is choose one area of your life where you've been inconsistent and commit to showing up with maturity and follow through. Now, whether it's your fitness, your finances, your relationships, decide what you are building and take one clear step toward making it a reality. This full moon in Capricorn is going to reward how solid your foundation is, so make it count. Embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Aries. Okay, my powerful Taurus rising, this full moon in Capricorn is lighting up your 9th house, asking you to zoom out and consider, is your life philosophy still aligned with who you are becoming? The buck moon is all about inner maturity, and for you, this means no longer playing it safe out of habit. It's a time for you to step beyond your familiar routines and reconnect with something much bigger, a bigger purpose, a bigger perspective, and your personal truth. This is a reset in your relationship with your own growth. It's a time to shift from surviving in your comfort zone to thriving in your potential. That could mean learning something new, it could mean taking a leap toward a bigger goal, or it could simply mean releasing beliefs that keep you tethered to a smaller version of yourself. This is a very positive time for you, Taurus rising. Good luck will be on your side. Opportunities are waiting to be brought into reality, but you have to do your part. Remember, the 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius, which is all about thinking bigger and taking risks. And Capricorn is about the practical step-by-step method. So if you put those two things together during this full moon energy, that is where you will find success. Now here's the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy. Say yes to a perspective shift. This could mean picking up a new book. It could mean booking a trip. It could mean starting or engaging in a conversation that challenges your assumptions or belief systems. Capricorn supports structure, so make it tangible. Enroll in the course. Make the plan. Journal the deeper truth that you're feeling or realizing. Don't underestimate the ripple effect of one aligned action. Your future self is built by what you're brave enough to believe in today. Now, if your sun sign is Taurus, this full moon flows with your energy. It is a fellow earth sign, which means the insights coming through now have the potential to land deeply and transform you from the inside out. This is a time for your next level of self-leadership, Taurus. What you've been quietly working on or dreaming about is ready for a more serious commitment. Basically, this is go time for you. This is a time to stop waiting for conditions to be perfect and start showing up like it already belongs to you. You're more ready than you actually think, and this full moon is here to remind you that slow, steady effort built from your heart is exactly what creates lasting change. So it's that simple, Taurus. This full moon is an excellent energy for you and a time to take that first step, that first big step in the direction of doing what you know you genuinely want to do. So believe in yourself. You got this, Taurus. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this energy is choose one dream that you've been holding at arm's length and bring it closer. Define what devotion to that dream looks like in daily form. Whether it's 10 minutes of consistent effort each day or a long overdue decision that you need to make, this is about embodying the version of you who already lives in alignment with this dream. Let your daily actions reflect your readiness and watch the universe rise to meet that steadiness. This is a very exciting time for you, Taurus, so embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Taurus. Okay, my powerful Gemini rising, this full moon in Capricorn is lighting up your 8th house, the space where truth either liberates you or it will be haunting you. The buck moon does not mess around. It is here to help you shed what you have been silently carrying around, especially when it comes to power or control or fear or unprocessed emotional weight. This is a turning point in how you merge with others emotionally, financially, or spiritually. What once was acceptable for you is no longer sustainable. You're evolving past surface level exchanges and into a chapter where depth integrity, and energetic reciprocity become non-negotiable. So let this full moon be a release of old survival patterns and outdated obligations and emotional contracts that you didn't consciously agree to. So if a conflict comes up during this time or some secret is revealed, do not run from it. Run to it and face it, and know that on the other side of resolving that issue is a breakthrough for you, Gemini Rising. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is have an honest conversation with yourself or someone else about where your energy feels drained or entangled. The Capricorn energy of this full moon gives you the structure to navigate sensitive topics with maturity. Whether it's a boundary that you need to set or a fear that you're ready to face, your power increases the moment that you claim your truth and stop settling for emotional half-truths. Now, if your sun sign is Gemini, this full moon may feel a bit like trying to merge two frequencies that don't naturally sync, because Capricorn energy is grounded in realism, and your curious, adaptable nature isn't unrealistic, but it's definitely outside the realm of practical. But that tension that's created is the exact medicine that you need for a breakthrough. This is about learning to work with deeper emotional and energetic currents rather than skimming the surface or mentally dancing around what can be uncomfortable for you. This full moon is a time for you to dig deeper, Gemini, to stop gathering more information and start applying what you already know, especially when it comes to your emotional patterns and your inner blocks. You've already read enough books on the topic. You have already watched enough videos on the topic. It's time to start applying what you have learned and putting things into action. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is pick one pattern, emotional, financial, or when it comes to relationships, that feels outdated or disempowering, and make a conscious choice to address it. That might mean starting therapy, journaling through a fear, or getting real about a dynamic that's costing you your peace. And it doesn't have to be magically fixed with one step. It can be a process. You just need to show up with honesty and the willingness to change. That's how transformation begins, Gemini. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Gemini. Okay, my powerful Cancer rising, this full moon in Capricorn is lighting up your 7th house, and it is asking you to get clearer than ever about the arrangements and agreements that you're making in your life, spoken or unspoken. With this buck moon comes a maturity check. Are your connections rooted in shared values and mutual growth, or are they being held together by obligation or nostalgia or fear of change? And this doesn't mean that you need to get out the relationship machete and just start cutting people off. It means that this is time to recalibrate the terms of your relationships. This full moon in Capricorn is opening the door for you to build your relationships like architecture, intentionally, with support, and capable of lasting. If something feels wobbly or unclear or one-sided, this full moon will make it obvious. And that clarity, that's your liberation. So be ready for some things to come up when it comes to your relationships, and also be ready for change. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is choose one relationship to realign. Assess the contracts in your life, romantic, platonic, or professional. Ask yourself, is this an equal exchange of energy? Whether through a direct conversation, a boundary, or a shift in how you show up, let your integrity set the tone. You deserve relationships that are structural in truth, not survival. Now, if your sun sign is Cancer, first, I hope you are having a fantastic rebirth season. You deserve it. Now, this full moon is sitting directly across from your sun, which means this energy is personal. It's spotlighting the balance or imbalance between your emotional needs and your external responsibilities. Capricorn energy shows up, handles business, and does what needs to be done. But if you've been giving too much, holding too much, or building on shaky ground, this full moon is going to show you where something needs to shift. It's time for you to step into a new kind of power, Cancers, where you prioritize your inner world just as much as your outer success. That's emotional intelligence in practice, meaning if you find yourself feeling uncomfortable or unhappy or triggered emotionally in any way, yes, honor that, do something about it, but that something should not be at the cost of your outer success. Do not just walk out or shut things off or deem someone or something unworthy of your presence as the first step. Instead, identify what you need in order to feel better, communicate that, and give the person or the situation the opportunity to resolve the issue. If they don't take that opportunity to do so, then sure, move on, cut them out. do your thing, do you. That means that energy is not for you. But by taking this step of communication, you can allow a relationship to build, and you won't be throwing away the opportunity that the universe may have on the other side of that conflict. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is reclaim your emotional bandwidth. Choose one responsibility or expectation that you have outgrown and release it. This could look like delegating or saying no to something, or just shifting how you carry some sort of responsibility. This full moon in Capricorn is a time to take your emotions seriously enough to protect them while taking your responsibilities to your success seriously enough to protect them as well. One does not have to come at the cost of the other. That's real power. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon Cancers. Okay, my powerful Leo rising, this full moon in Capricorn is lighting up your 6th house, the part of your chart that governs how well you support your own vitality and success. With the buck moon's grounded energy, this is all about being the systems behind the big picture, because if the machine isn't functioning, the mission does not move. This is your time to refine what keeps you strong, what keeps you clear, and what keeps you capable, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Capricorn energy does not deal in fantasy. It asks for structure and stability and long-term sustainability. Now, if something in your day-to-day life isn't supporting your highest self, this full moon is bringing it into focus and giving you the strength to shift it. So whatever comes up for you during this time, Leo rising, ask yourself, whatever challenge comes up, what am I doing in my day-to-day life that helped create this? This will lead you into one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy. And an example would be choose one habit, routine, or commitment that is draining you or lacking structure and upgrade it. That might mean revamping your morning flow. It could mean cleaning up your calendar or actually resting when your body asks you to. If you want to go far, Leo rising, which I know you do, take care of the vehicle that is getting you there. Maintenance is momentum. That's your theme for this full moon. Now, if your sun sign is Leo, this full moon may feel a bit awkward at first. Capricorn's energy is a quiet and grounded tone that can contrast your fiery Leo glow. But there's power in that tension. This full moon is asking you to channel your light with purpose. Discipline will focus your fire, making it more powerful than ever. And remember, discipline always goes hand in hand with consistency, and nothing can be accomplished without consistency. It's time to realign your energy with your intentions. Stop burning yourself out trying to prove yourself to the outer world, and start fueling yourself from within, from the truth of knowing who you are at your core. This full moon is going to highlight the need for emotional maturity. It's going to highlight the need for energetic boundaries and a stronger foundation beneath your passion. This is a time that's all about strengthening for you, Leo. Healing and strengthening, which will mean refocusing your energy in the best way possible. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon is to pick one area of your life where you have been inconsistent and apply a sustainable framework. This could be your creative work, it could be your health, it could be your emotional boundaries. Make your brilliance sustainable by treating your life like it is worth organizing, because it is. This will unlock the door to your next chapter of abundance. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Leo. Okay, my powerful Virgo rising, this full moon is lighting up your 5th house. And with Capricorn's influence, it is asking you to take the idea of life and happiness seriously. This is the buck moon, a moment of emotional maturing. And for you, it's about releasing the belief that joy has to be earned or connected to productivity, or can't be experienced until you have accomplished certain things in your life. Structure isn't just for your work life, it's for your heart too. What routines or beliefs have blocked your access to fun or love or creative flow? This full moon helps you reconnect with the part of you that creates just for the sake of creativity. That is the part of you that shines, Virgo rising. The part of you that flirts and plays and expresses without apology. Everything doesn't need to be useful to be worthy of your time. This is a time of opportunity for you, and the way to unlock the door to that opportunity is by allowing yourself to have fun. The opportunity will come in a romantic connection or a creative inspiration, or both, but you have to do your part. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is schedule time for what lights you up, and treat it like a non-negotiable. Whether it's dancing, painting, going out on a date, or simply resting without guilt. Choose one form of self-expression and give it structure. Make joy part of your blueprint. The more fun you allow, the more aligned your entire life is going to become. Now, if your sun sign is Virgo, this full moon flows beautifully with your Virgo energy. Capricorn speaks your language: precision, dedication, growth with a plan, and this full moon is about choosing what you're ready to fully commit to, especially in the realm of your creative gifts and your passions, or even your love life. This is about owning your magic and reminding yourself of your magic. Not hypothetically, not someday, but now. You've done so much refining, Virgo. You've done the inner work. Now the universe is asking, will you honor your growth by putting it into action? Or are you still gonna say, well, I need to learn more. Once I do this, then I'll do that. This full moon and Cancer season are both excellent energies for you to make major headway, so don't waste it by moving the goalpost or by learning more through reading or watching videos. Capitalize on it by behaving as though you are within the life that you have envisioned for yourself, and allow yourself to enjoy it by taking action. That is how you will magnify your manifesting power, and where you will see the vision that you have for yourself materialize. Now here's the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy. Pick one talent or passion or part of yourself that you've been keeping low-key, and take a bold step to share it with the world. Whether it's launching something, having a vulnerable conversation, or allowing yourself to be seen in a new way. Let this full moon be your activation point. Your creative energy is sacred, and it's time to give it a space that respects its power. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Virgo. Okay, my powerful Libra rising, this full moon in Capricorn is lighting up your 4th house, bringing attention to the foundation beneath everything you're building in your life. The buck moon asks for spiritual maturity, and for you that means redefining what it truly means for you to feel safe and supported and stable from the inside out. This full moon is reminding you that your emotional world needs structure too. If your outer life has been outpacing your inner grounding, then this full moon could bring an emotional reality check for you. Family patterns or current circumstances involving family that can show up, old wounds or outdated definitions of home, this may rise as well to be released. And don't worry, these things will not destabilize you. They will actually free you, because it will be an opportunity to resolve any issues that need to be resolved, resulting in you finally feeling free to be you with confidence. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is create a ritual or a system that helps you feel emotionally anchored. Now, this could be as practical as reorganizing your space, or as emotionally expressive as writing a letter to your younger self. The full moon in Capricorn is reminding you that you don't build a strong life by skipping over the emotional foundation. You build it by tending to your emotional foundation with care and consistency. Once you start to resolve any unresolved emotions and start tending to challenges as they show up, you will realize how much more motivated and energized you're gonna feel as you move forward. And this full moon is your opportunity to address this part of your life, which is very exciting. Now, if your sun sign is Libra, this full moon challenges your sun, and this friction is here to help you grow. This full moon is asking you to choose substance over surface, to choose structure over performance. Sometimes, Libra, you can be much too focused on making sure that things look good, or that they are the way that you feel like they should be, without checking in with yourself to make sure it feels good as well. And for that to happen, your inner world and outer worlds have to come into deeper alignment. If you've been avoiding emotional work by people pleasing to keep the peace, or holding back your truth to avoid conflict, this full moon will be the necessary nudge to get you out of those habits and back on the track of loving yourself enough to do what is right for the big picture, yes, but also what is right for you. It's time to root yourself in the authority that you have, and stop outsourcing your emotional stability to other people's approval or to other people's comfort. So whatever comes up for you during this full moon, make sure that you start with the question, what would I need in this scenario to feel the most resolved and at peace with the outcome? Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is choose one area of your life where you've been overly accommodating or unclear, and get grounded in your truth. That may look like stating a boundary. It could look like changing up a routine of some sort. It could look like simply telling yourself the truth about what it is you genuinely need, and then acting on that truth. Peace is only found when you create stability that includes your well-being. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon Libra. Okay, my powerful Scorpio rising, this full moon in Capricorn is lighting up your third house, and with Capricorn's steady presence within this energy, it is here to help you be more disciplined, and it's here to help you bring more clarity to your mind. This buck moon is a checkpoint. It's a time for you to ask yourself, are your words aligned with your wisdom? Or are they only aligned with your wounds? Are your thoughts building your future or reinforcing an outdated version of yourself? This full moon wants you to take your inner narrative seriously. And it doesn't mean obsessing over every detail, but it does mean realizing the power of your mental architecture. It's time to communicate with intention and learn with discernment and express yourself with depth, which is natural for you. But it's necessary to make sure you're doing so when it comes to interacting with others and with yourself. If you have loose thoughts or half-truths and outdated stories that are still swirling around in your life, it's time to clear them out, Scorpio. So if a conflict comes up during this full moon energy, or an opportunity to speak your truth, your complete truth, in a challenging scenario, or in a scenario that represents an exciting step towards achieving your goals. In either sort of circumstance, know that the key to unlocking the gifts of the experience is going to be in clear, honest, transparent communication. Now, the one action that you could take in order to make the most of this full moon energy is edit your inner dialogue. Journal the beliefs or phrases that you catch yourself thinking or saying that do not match who you know you are, and then rewrite them with authority. Words are spells, use them wisely. This full moon is giving you the structure to reprogram your mind with clarity and self-love. Now, if Scorpio is your sun sign, this full moon works with you, offering supportive energy to transform the way that you communicate, learn, and share information. You're a deep soul by nature, Scorpio, but sometimes your intensity stays internal. This full moon in Capricorn is now saying, let's give your voice a structure. Let's give your mind a rhythm that supports your evolution. This is a beautiful time to share your insights and allow your creativity to be expressed and refine your messages and take your wisdom seriously. Sometimes you can keep all of your confidence inside, knowing that you're smart and knowing that you're capable, but now it's time to reach your full potential. Now it's time to use it and embrace the vulnerability that comes in the process of truly expressing yourself. You're more articulate, clear, and magnetic than you may even realize. So now's the time to take some risks and step out and let the world see this about you. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is to commit to one form of focused communication. That might mean launching something like a YouTube channel. It could mean starting a writing practice. It could mean getting up and performing somewhere that you've been wanting to perform. Have a clarifying conversation with someone, or it could mean setting boundaries around what you are available to mentally entertain. When you speak with aligned intention, people are going to listen. And more importantly, your own energy listens too. So let's go, Scorpio. You also have the strength of the Cancer Sun energy supporting you. This is a very positive time for you with positive energy all around. Cancer and Capricorn both work extremely well with you, so do not waste this energy doing the same old thing or playing it safe. You got this, embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Scorpio. Okay, my powerful Sagittarius Rising, this full moon is lighting up your second house. And with Capricorn's no-nonsense energy, this is a call to get serious about what you are building and why. The buck moon brings maturity, and for you, that means anchoring your big vision in a solid sense of self. You're a natural explorer, Sagittarius, but the full moon in Capricorn is here to remind you that freedom without grounding turns into burnout. It's time to ask yourself, are you honoring your gifts and yourself and your soul? Are your resources like money, energy, and time being used in a way that reflects your real self-worth? By this I mean it's time to make sure that you are building a life where your values and your reality finally match. You're going to be successful at whatever you put your full force behind, Sagittarius. That's just how you roll. And when I say successful, I mean you will manifest whatever your goal is into reality. It's just my job to make sure that you know that this full moon is bringing you an opening into deeper vision, a vision of truth, the truth of whether or not what you are working to manifest is in alignment with who you truly are at your core and what will bring you genuine fulfillment and balance and abundance and peace. So the action that you can take during this full moon to make sure you are making the most of this energy is audit your energy exchange. Where are you giving more than you are receiving? Whether it's work, relationships, or money. Choose one area to reclaim your power and set a standard. Now, this full moon in Capricorn wants results, and the second house wants security. Combine them, and you've got sustainable success and fulfillment. Now, if your sun sign is Sagittarius, this full moon sits just next to your sun's spotlight. And while it might not scream for your attention by hitting you over the head with major conflicts or challenges, it will be bringing you whispers with wisdom. This is a time to turn your inspiration into tangible results. You got big dreams, Sagittarius. You always have and you always will. But now it's time to reorganize those dreams in a way that really supports your happiness. This is about defining value, establishing what you offer to the world while making sure that you receive what you believe you deserve in return. So whatever circumstances do come up for you during this full moon, see them as opportunities for you to establish the balance of give and take. Ask for what you want while also giving what is deserved in the relationships and the undertakings that you engage in. This energetic flow and balance is what will really amp up your ability to manifest what it is that you desire into reality. In fact, this full moon is saying to you, evolution comes because you finally know your worth and you're acting like it. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is make one investment in yourself. That can mean setting financial boundaries, or taking a financial risk that you're excited about, or upgrading your environment, or starting something that you've been hesitating on starting because you've been thinking, oh, now's not the right time. Well, now is the right time. This is your moment to make the time, because when you align your energy with your value, the universe responds accordingly. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Sagittarius. Okay, my powerful Capricorn rising, this full moon in Capricorn is lighting up your first house, and the buck moon always signals growth, but for you, really, it's more about a shedding of the skin that you have outgrown, the roles that you have outperformed, and the structures that once held you but now limit you. This is a moment of truth, Capricorn rising, the kind of moment that invites you back to your essential self, the you beneath the titles and the tasks and the expectations. This full moon is letting you know that it is time to step into the version of you that is rooted, refined, and no longer seeking permission. The old archetype is expiring, and your next level requires your full embodiment. So this isn't a prediction of what's coming your way. It's more of a confirmation that whatever comes your way is 100% going to be contingent on who you decide to be from now moving forward. How do you view the world and yourself and the decisions that you make accordingly? Because this is what will have the strongest influence on what you manifest into your reality. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is declare who you are becoming and embody it now. This could be updating your self-image, speaking your truth more directly, dress, move, and act like the version of yourself that already integrated the lessons that you have worked so hard to learn, Capricorn rising. Capricorns do not bluff, they build. And now you're building you and the life connected to that you of the present. Now, if your sun sign is Capricorn, this is your full moon. The spotlight is on your growth, on your alignment, on your integrity. It's a culmination of effort, evolution, and self-leadership. You've been in the trenches doing the work, whether quietly or publicly, and now this full moon is revealing what is real to you, what is rooted, and what's ready to be released because it does not resonate with you. Capricorn energy knows the weight of responsibility, and this full moon is all about being more intentional with what responsibility you agree to take on. As you move forward, it's time to act based on what you are clear on and what it is that you know you want and why, unapologetically and without the need of any outside approval. Let go of the burdens that were never yours to begin with. Redefine your strength as something that includes self-love and rest when necessary and inner authority. This is a checkpoint, Capricorn, not a test. You've already earned your power. Now it's time to use it with purpose. So look at this as a true ending of a chapter. It's time to turn the page and start to write your next chapter as opposed to waiting to read what has been written for you. And this truly means letting go of just the old narratives and the old story. If you have certain personality traits where you're like, okay, the reason I'm this way is because of what happened to me at this point, it's time to let that go. Yes, certain things may have happened, and yes, certain things may have influenced you to become who you are. But if that becoming has created traits within yourself that you know undermine your success, you have full capability to release them. You can say that no longer has any power in my life. I've let that go. The you that you are now can be completely different than the you from the past if you decide for that person to be different. And it's all based on how you see yourself. You do not have to be confined by your past. You can say, I'm releasing that and I'm stepping into my full power, which is saying, who I want to be and how I want to see the world is going to be based on what's best for me, what elevates me, what gives me confidence as I move forward. This full moon is full of opportunity, but what those opportunities are going to be based on is going to be what you're focused on and how you choose to navigate your life moving forward. And if you want to see change, you must navigate life differently in comparison to how you have been. Still being true to yourself, of course, but implementing the lessons that you know you have learned. And the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is write a personal mission statement, Capricorn. Not for the world, but for you. Ground your next chapter in values that matter, whether it's a career goal, a shift in how you lead, or a deeper truth about how you want to live. Name it clearly. The universe can only co-create with you what you're willing to commit to. And no one commits quite like a Capricorn in alignment. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Capricorns. Okay, my powerful Aquarius rising, this full moon in Capricorn is lighting up your 12th house, a deeply internal space that few are willing to visit. But you're ready, Aquarius rising. This buck moon arrives as a quiet release for you. It's here to help you clear energetic clutter and outdated stories and invisible burdens that have been living rent-free in your psyche and weighing you down in the process. For you, this is the full moon of surrender, which does not at all mean giving up. It means letting go and making space. Space for deeper rest, for realignment, and for reconnection with your inner guidance. Capricorn energy brings structure, and with this full moon transiting your 12th house, that structure must support your spiritual health. It's got to support your emotional rhythms and the unseen parts of you that often go neglected in the name of productivity. Especially for you, because unless your moon or your rising are in water, you pretty much keep your emotions bottled up or suppressed. But emotions are energy in motion, and they have to be processed and they have to be released. So that way they don't cause problems down the line. Now, this full moon is your opportunity to allow those emotions to come up, then process them, and then release them. So whatever circumstances or signs or dreams that take place for you that bring up emotions, see these things as an opportunity to ask yourself, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? And what way of thinking or belief system about myself or my life has been created that creates this response? And then ask, what have you learned about life that can allow you to now transform that former belief system into one that feels more empowering. Then release that old belief, replace it with the new belief, and the emotions that were with that old belief system will fade away as you release it. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy is create space for stillness. Clear one area, physical or energetic, that feels heavy, messy, or outdated. Whether it's a literal drawer in your house or an emotional pattern, your power this full moon is in what you let go of, not what you hold on to. Let this be your private rebirth. The inner shift comes before the outer bloom, because the next full moon will be in Aquarius, and this way you are going to be ready for it. Now, if your sun sign is Aquarius, this full moon may feel subtle, but the message is going to run deep. It's time to honor the space between the chapters in your life. This Capricorn energy that comes along with this full moon is giving you a quiet invitation to pause and reflect and integrate the information that you have gained from your recent and previous experiences. You've been carrying more than you admit, Aquarius, and this full moon is here to offer release, which is necessary for your spiritual strength and for your manifesting power to expand and for your life to flourish. You are someone who can hold vision for the future. And in order to have that future match that vision, it's about cleaning up the emotional energy behind you, so that way as you move forward, you can do so with clarity and with lightness. This is a spiritual housekeeping time for you. So just let it happen. Whatever comes up for you during this full moon energy, think, okay, how can I clean this up? Not resist it, not judge it, just transform it. Now, here's one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy. Do a digital, emotional, or spiritual detox, or all the above. Log out, tune into yourself and your feelings, and take one conscious step to quiet the noise around you, so that way your inner voice can rise and be heard. That's where the real downloads live. Now, this full moon energy for you isn't going to be super loud, but if you listen, it will let you know exactly what you're ready to leave behind and what you need to know to move forward. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Aquarius. Okay, my powerful Pisces rising, this full moon in Capricorn is lighting up your 11th house, a space that holds your bigger why. The buck moon brings the kind of maturity that says it's time to align your dreams with real world action, Pisces rising. It's time to get clear about the impact that you want to have in tangible, visible form. The Capricorn energy of this full moon grounds your intuitive vision into something others can follow and build with and believe in. The thing is, you just need a better strategy to support all of your ideas. And if certain friendships or alliances or environments are draining your light, this full moon will show you very clearly, and it will give you the permission to choose better. And in that choosing better, you will attract the energy necessary to level up and continue on your path to manifesting the vision that you do have for yourself into reality. So this full moon may come with some goodbyes, some realizations about the connections that you have in your life and the people that you have in your life that you allow to drain your energy. Now, the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon is refine your vision by taking one concrete step toward your future self. Now, whether that's reaching out to someone who inspires you, or joining a new community group, or recommitting to a long-term goal that you've had but you've let go of for whatever reason, and do one of those things with pure intention. This full moon rewards confidence and consistency, so it is time to claim your reward, Pisces rising. Now, if your sun sign is Pisces, this full moon supports your evolution, offering a grounded boost to help you move from inspiration to manifestation. You've been dreaming and sensing and feeling something shifting for a while now, and this full moon in Capricorn is stepping in to help you structure it. This is about becoming the architect of your own vision. If you've been waiting for a sign to act, I'm here to tell you, you are the sign. This full moon is asking you to pair your dreams with follow through. You have something extremely valuable to offer, Pisces, and this is your moment to show yourself and the world that you're willing to invest in your own becoming. Stop using distractions as excuses. Yes, there are many things in the world that suck right now, but that should not have the power to deter you from using your spiritual, mental, and physical power to do what you can do in your own life, which will actually have an impact on the world around you if you allow it to. So this full moon is less about predicting what's going to happen to you in your life, and instead asking you, are you ready to decide what it is that you're going to create, what you're going to make happen in your life by taking action and by you being consistent and by you remaining focused? Now, here's the one action that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy. Take a dream off the shelf and make one grounded action toward it. Maybe that's setting a deadline for yourself, or seeking a mentorship, or simply declaring to yourself that this matters enough to act on it and to build it now. Let your intuition lead you, but let your action prove it. The Capricorn energy of this full moon is going to give you structure, and your spirit is going to be what provides the spark. You've got this, Pisces, so let's go. If anyone is ready and can do it, it is you. You also have the power of the Cancer Sun backing you up and lifting you up. So don't waste this time. Embrace this huge energetic opening, because great things can come of it. So take these steps forward, and happy full moon. Okay, so there you have it. The top 3 things that you need to know about this full buck moon in Capricorn, along with actions that your sign can take to make the most of this full moon energy. I hope you all enjoyed the information. If you did, please don't forget the baby tap. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Thanks so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.